What's going on, everybody? The Original Mako back with some more Roboquest content, and today we're going to be talking about the new patch that just went live, the 1.1 patch. Now, I'm not going to go into the full patch notes like I would for Gunfire because I don't feel like I have enough experience with the game to really give good insight onto that. So I'm going to be talking about the broader patch notes that they do, which it's kind of cool that they do both, I'll be honest, and talk about the roadmap a little bit for Roboquest, which is always something exciting to talk about. But if you want to see me play this game live or a bunch of other games, check out the Twitch link down below. I would really appreciate it. And as I've said in a few videos, we are trying to get to 7,500 subscribers by the end of 2024. That is our goal. It's going to take a lot to get there, but with your help, I know we can do it. So I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. There's going to be plenty of content coming your way. I'm going to try really hard to be as consistent as possible this year. That being said, let's go ahead and talk about these broad patch notes, shall we? Once again, there are the full patch notes on Steam. That's much longer, much more in-depth, much more detailed. But when it comes to a lot of their buffs and nerfs and things, I don't have enough experience in the game to feel like I can talk about these things in a productive and like informative way. So we're going to talk about the broad stuff and the roadmap. So introduction. Hello, Guardians. This is our first update post-release, and it prepares the rest of the updates that we're planning this year, but we'll talk about the future and other updates later in this post. Now that Roboquest is on many different platforms and fully released, we have a lot to prepare for each update, and we had a very tight schedule for the January one, but we still had several changes that we needed to make following your feedback and our data about the balance of the game overall, so here we are. In this update, you will find many different small fixes, but here are the three main highlights. A new NPC. Lottery Luke is making its entrance in Roboquest. It is a late-game NPC, which requires wrenches to be interact with. Great. This is all we needed to hear here. Wrenches are kind of like Soul Essence in Gunfire. It's the same type of thing. And after you upgrade your entire base, you don't really have anything to do. There's nothing to use the wrenches for. So having at least something that you can use the wrenches for is obviously very good. It looks to be handing out this little card thing, which has like some sort of perk above it. I believe it's just a perk, an extra perk of some sort. So that's cool. We like that. His current implementation, however, is not final. We have several leads to make him better than he is right now, but we wanted to have your feedback before diving deeper into that mechanic. Cool. Love that. Put something in the game. It might not be in a final state. Most things in games aren't at a final state necessarily because, well, at least for live service games, because they keep getting changed and updated based on feedback and the community response. So it'll be important to test that out and kind of see how it is. Next up, some balance changes. While balance will always be an ongoing process, we started modifying perks, affixes, items, and weapons according to your feedback and our data. We will, of course, continue to monitor those things and take actions when things seem to be a bit too weak, while trying to keep the things that seem powerful in check as well. Usually, we tend to buff weak things rather than nerf powerful things because, you know, it's usually fun to feel powerful. That'll work up to a point. This is a good strategy to have, but eventually there's going to be so many things in the game that some things are going to get added that are excessively OP and will probably get nerfed. And I think I took a quick look at the in-depth patch notes. I believe there were a couple things that were nerfed already. So it's a good mindset to have, and most of the time it's going to work out pretty well, but there will be some things that need to get nerfed in order to avoid power creep. So I like it so far, and we'll see how long that is going to work out for. But I like that. I like that mindset. Random diversification. The environments in Roboquest are a mix of handmade and random generation. For a long time now, we plan to expand the diversity of those random chunks, but we focused on higher priority things. Now that we released the game, we have more time to focus on those kinds of things. In the January update, the Quarry, Ruins, and Aqua Station received new random chunks of levels that should help diversify your run and freshen the game experience. That's great. Always a good thing to help keep the game feeling more fresh, even if it's not really, like, it's the same thing, but it feels a little bit different because you're doing a different line in Gunfire. The future of Roboquest. We've already discussed this, but today we have a roadmap to share. we have a plan for 3 free updates after this one: the Arsenal, the Super, and the Endless updates. After that, we don't know yet. So no plans for any paid DLCs, at least not yet, but 3 free updates, one of which, the Arsenal update, being a lot of weapons. Super update, I have no idea what to even possibly predict the Super update could be. And an Endless update, which, if I'm going to go ahead and put my finger on it using my big, massive melon on my shoulders, I'm going to assume that's going to be an Endless mode. So coming out with an Endless mode within their first year of release is pretty crazy, and obviously very exciting. I'm interested to see what the Super update is, but the Arsenal update should be interesting with new weapons. And the Endless update's obviously going to be something people are looking forward to, because Endless in a game like this is always something that people want to talk about. So why is my microphone doing this? Okay, sorry about that. So we'll see kind of dates as it gets closer, and more information as things get closer as well. But should be a lot of good stuff coming. I like that it's all free updates, and I am a little bit interested that they have, at least based on this. I mean, the Super update might have some, but I was expecting to maybe hear that there might be some new characters, new robots joining the fray, new playable robots. I thought that might be something they would talk about in a roadmap, but perhaps part of the Super update. Once again, that one is kind of hard to put your finger on what it's going to be. So anyway, that is the roadmap. A lot of good things in the roadmap. Interesting if they don't do any characters in the first full year. We'll be continuing to post dev leaks on our Discord channel, so hop in if you're interested. If you want to see the Discord channel dev leaks, go check it out. Finally, please keep the constructive feedback coming. We're following as much conversation as possible, even if we aren't necessarily replying. It's always a good idea to give feedback to games like this. Sometimes games listen, sometimes they don't. Usually the games that listen are better, because as talented as some of these game developers and game designers are, having the opinions of thousands and thousands of other people who have their own thoughts and ideas and creativity and mindset on things is usually better for the game as a whole, to get as many inputs as possible. So obviously, keep giving constructive feedback on this game and other games you play. It's always a good idea, unless it's a game that's like not being updated anymore, obviously. So then they talk about the art book and deluxe edition. We wish you the best. We wish you the best robot smashing experience. We'll be back for other news and dev blogs to keep you all in touch about our progress and development philosophy for the year to come. And then once again, if you scroll down from that, you can see the full set of gameplay updates here. Once again, it's a lot of numbers on these nerfs and buffs, which obviously makes sense, because that's how, nerfs and buffs are all about the numbers. So most of this update is all numbers stuff. And once again, it seemed like it would be very, very hard for me to really talk about this stuff in depth, because some of this stuff I can't envision in my head how exactly it's going to affect the game like I can with Gunfire. But as we play more, potentially we'll get to that point. But I did want to talk about the major update and talk about the roadmap, because I think it's good stuff and important to talk about the future of the game. So anyways, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like I said, be sure to check out those links in the description as always. Let me know your thoughts on these changes. Hopefully you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Love each and every one of your faces, and I will catch you all in the next video.